Hey, all right, welcome to the Buzz, your favorite social media program. I am Blossom. Today, we have an update to a lot of news and services which of course have come up to the social media. But first, I want you to know that to watch this from online, you can actually go to our app, which is always on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store to watch this program live. That is where you can watch this live, or you can just go to our search the channel and watch it. So you're welcome to the show again. I guess I have a guest in the house. His name is Chief Goat of Forset. It's a grandson. It is, of course, it's an amazing analyst also. Our regular Monday guest. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Blossom. Officially, I want to change my title to Common Man God of Forset.
Right?
No longer Chief.
Right.
The Nigeria of our dream is yet to be achieved. And I don't see why I can assume that kind of position, chieftaincy title in our society, when so many people are below poverty line. So I choose to identify with them going forward, and I am common man of youth.
Really? Are you just denouncing your chieftainship?
I am not denouncing it. It is there in Ikula.
Okay, then
when the country gets better,
okay,
I will exhume it, okay, and rechristen it.
So right now we have body of
Forset. You can put common man if you don't mind.
No, I'm gonna put common man. But we have body of Forset in the house, and of course, to be part of the program, you can call in or you can send a text message. Emmanuel, please display the number. When you are doing that, make sure you indicate your name and where you're calling from. And if you send a text message, make sure you indicate your name and where the text message is coming from. So yes, you're welcome to the show again. So let's first check out this training update about Natasha, which of course we know is that the Senate has suspended Natasha Akpoti for 6 months. And the story is the Senate has suspended her for violation of the Red Chamber's rule. A suspension followed her dispute with Senator President Godwin Akpabio, who she accused of sexual harassment. Well, despite efforts by some senators to reduce the suspension period to 3 months, the Senate, in a majority vote, sustained the initial decision. However, the lawmakers ruled that the suspension could be lifted or reduced if she tendered a written apology. Well, following her suspension, the Kogi Central lawmaker was escorted out of the chambers by the sergeant at home, but before she left, she declared that this injustice will not be sustained. Well, that was when they had to tell her, please, they had to tell somebody to off the mic when she said that thing. They were like, this justice will not be sustained. That was what, this injustice rather, is what she said. And I don't know, because I'm just a woman, so I'm liking that last word that she dropped, even though that's a suspension. She could have expected that, or like I said, tender a written apology to reduce the suspension sentence. But what would you say? Do you think we know that Akpabio said that he had never done it, he came out and justified himself, and even went on to ask women in the Senate, that have I ever sexually harassed you? And for me, I feel that is not, it's not a way to justify yourself. Let me put it that way. That does not justify if you have done it or if you have, because trust me, I don't think there's any woman there, even if they were sexually harassed, I'm just speaking, if they were sexually harassed, I don't think there's any woman at that sense that will come out and say, I was sexually harassed. Because why? The first person that's speaking out, nobody who stood by her. And there are other women there, but nobody stood by her. And yet, you're not saying, has there anybody been? And nobody's saying that. So it's like, come on, who wants to fight with you? The one fighting with you has already gotten, whatever. So, but what's your take? I want to hear.
First off, I want to say that what happened in the Senate last week has confirmed to Nigerians that Senate is far from being a lawmaking arm of government. That that the House of Rep is far looking like House of Law than the Senate. And this confirms what some of us have been saying, that the bicameral legislature in Nigeria is a waste of money, waste of time, waste of opportunity, waste of scarce resources. And we do not need it at this time, especially when the country is in dire strait of resources to do so many things. You see people who have also made this country dry at the level of state government, being a governor, retiring into Senate, and making mockery of lawmaking. You see, there is a man, a New York governor in the past, Andrew Cuomo, who was also accused of sexual harassment. The man stood aside. In fact, he resigned to clear his name. He resigned. I'm not saying Akpabio should resign, but I'm saying that you cannot sit on your high horse and ask anybody, have I harassed you? You didn't ask Natasha before she came out with the allegation. I'm not saying Natasha is right. But look at the way they carry out the business of the day, like it's in a coven, like it's a cult, like a cult-like manner that just came. She didn't appear. You gave her. I mean, I asked a question: what did Natasha do to warrant 6 months suspension, no salary, no allowances, and her name, her acronym should be, her prefix should be removed as senator. Nobody should refer to her as senator. No senator should relate with her. No senator should has a dealing with her. Even those who are in Nigeria, even those who have been accused by the EFCC, who has been charged by EFCC to have stolen so much amount of money. There is no law in Nigeria that asks nobody not to call them, His Excellency. Former governors, House of Rep members stole so much money. Currently, my former governor, Udom Emmanuel, is with the EFCC. He has a case with the EFCC of about 700 billion naira fraud. He has not been proven. And nobody has come out to say nobody should call Udom Emmanuel His Excellency anymore. Nobody should refer him as the former governor. Akpabio still have a case with the EFCC as we speak. That case has not been resolved. Perhaps someday, some EFCC chairman that do not like his face, when he comes in, will begin to exhume the case again. So, at what point you said the Senate said they didn't accept the sexual harassment petition by Natasha. So, all this punishment, all this sanction is for the reason that she refused to speak from the allotted seats.
Of course, that's what it says.
So, what would a senator do in the allotted chambers that will make a senator not appear again in the Senate? If not speaking from your seat, all right, will cost Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan 6 months out of the Senate, 6 months of salary. You have deprived a senatorial district the opportunity for representation. A senatorial district. While you are seated there representing your own senatorial district. I am shocked that the senatorial district of Akpoti-Oduaghan is quiet. People in that area are not talking. You have deprived them for peer-to-peer disagreement. Because that's what it is. You gave me a seat. You didn't pre-inform me of the seat. You should have told me the rules is that you should have told me earlier. So when I come, I move. Yeah. Now I just walk in. You are asking me, that's not your seat. It's your seat. Is that what is costing the entire territorial district the opportunity to earn their place?
in the Senate. And the grown men, former governor, former deputy governor, former House of Rep, former ambassadors, lawyers, respectable lawyers, son, doctors, engineers are in the house dishing out that. Now, my question is to the Senate is that what should someone do in the Senate that will never appear again in the hallowed chambers? If this can cause Natasha this amount of punishment. So at the end of the day, find out that we are a comical nation. People are laughing at us. A lot of people are laughing at us. Now, who alleges must prove. And you have not given the person that alleged the opportunity to prove. You have not asked her to come and prove it. You have quickly thrown out of the window the petition. And say who alleges must prove. Where is he going to stand to prove it? Where is that person going to stand to prove? Anyway, we have had presidents of people, senator being suspended that has gone to court, and those judgments have been overturned, and the people came back to the Senate. And I hope this will not be one of those issues. You are asking somebody to apologize about what? That he raised his voice. I think I have watched how the parliament in the US, in the UK is being conducted. A parliament is where people raise their voices in accordance with the law, that I am not accepting this for my people. That is what the parliament is meant for. Parliament is not meant for those who are in favor say yeah, and those who are not say nah. It is not like that. It is only a lazy parliament that embark on such approach. A parliament is where people stood you from your own point and you argue your points. You argue your points. So I hope at the end of the day, the Natasha case will be a watershed for the Nigerian Senate and the lawmaking in this country.
Okay, so another point is, what I pick up from, like you said, suspending you from all indications, you do not believe that was the right term they should have done. So at this point now, what do you, she said something, why she said this injustice and all that.
Must not stand?
Must not stand, yes. Aside from that, she also made a statement on newsman that she will still continue to be a senator, play her role despite the suspension. What do you think about that?
Of course. Of course, the only people that have the right in the constitution to stop Natasha from being in the Senate is his constituency. To sign the letter of withdrawal. When they are not happy, that is the only people, those are the people that elected a senator. When they don't want you again, they have the right to call the INEC, and the INEC will come supervise this recall, and they recall you. No senator from another senatorial district has the right to stop you from being a senator. It is there in the law. All right? It is there. A senator, I said it last week, that Senate president is just first among equal. Senate president is just first among equal. He was not elected Senate president like a president from his constituency, which the president constituency is entire Nigeria. The deputy president constituency is entire Nigeria. Akpabio constituency does not even include my own senatorial district, Eke senatorial district. Southwest is still called a senatorial district. It does not, in the Senate, Akpabio does not represent the entire Akwa Ibom state. We have 3 senators that are representing Akwa Ibom state. So his powers it can only be recalled by people of Ikot senatorial district. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, what are we talking about? You don't have the right. You only get to the house and they say, who must be our leader? And they vote among themselves and say, please, you stand as our leader. It does not make you head above every other person. Because you could wake up in the sleep tomorrow, the same people who ask you to be their leader can say, we don't want you, like what happened in Lagos. Didn't you see it? Alright? So, Obasa said he was not removed. So why was he re-elected? He has not answered that question. You say you were not removed. So why did he have to do the vote? Why didn't you just come in and become, because you were never removed? So at the end of the day, nobody, no senator has the right to stop another senator from functioning. The only people they have the right to do that are people from his territorial, his constituents.
Okay. So that means she can still play the
He has to play the role. The Senate does not even pay. The federal, the fact, the federal, the people, they have the people that pay senator. Senate does not have that rule. They don't have that. They are not equipped with that law to stop any senator from functioning as a senator.
Okay, so well, that being said, I just feel, for me, from my own end, I just feel the 6-month suspension is quite unfair. 6-month suspension does not even treat the issue at hand. Even if it's the decorum she was probably doing or portraying at the House, the Senate, I still believe that this sexual harassment allegation should have been properly checked. But let's look at it. Even when she comes back and she decides to still pick up this issue,
She has not gone anywhere.
she has a suspension.
No. It's null and void. If you listen to people that are talking about this issue, and like I said on this show, normally I should have, play by sentiment. I should have been speaking for Akwabi.
Yeah.
It's from Akwa Ibom State. I'm from Akwa Ibom State too, right? Now, but I am looking at this. I keep saying it. Can we allow the woman to become a Senate president and see how that house become the house of dignity once again? Listen, at the end of the day, we look at some of these things. What was the hurry about? Somebody has made this kind of allegation. You asked to do this, to sit, the committee asked to sit tomorrow. Early in the morning, you change to sit by 2 p.m. that same day. So you already sit. You say you did not receive court order. Court send you. You make law, and you know the rules of judiciary. And Natasha Akpoti went to court, all right, and obtained an order stopping you from sitting and probing, all right. But you defy that. And the same case, and when you people have a case, you run to court.
Right.
So at the end of the day, what was the rush about? So they are only opening themselves up for more comedy. Like a Senate spokesperson said. He said it was just content creation. So the Senate is involved more in content creation than in lawmaking. So this is not the end. And by now, I think they are thinking about the next move to make.
There's definitely a next move. For her to, like I said, let's leave all this talk aside. The fact where she said this injustice.
Of course, she has gone to court to challenge it.
Of course, yes.
And I think, and I hope that
beyond what we're saying,
the court would look into the matter and adjudicate appropriately. All right? We can sit down here and talk all we want. Even lawyers, when they have a case in court, they push their own positions. But the judge will look at the merit of the case and give judgment based on the merit of the case. And like I said, I hope our Senate did not descend this low in terms of becoming hollow chambers instead of hollow chambers. All right? And I hope it wasn't my brother that sit over a Senate that become very comical. Because at the end of the day, Senate has created more content than this Senate has created more content than any previous Senate in the past, the 10th Senate. And I hope the men of dignity will stand up and begin to speak up to damn the consequences. Because at the end of the day, the Nigerian court has shown that senators cannot suspend another senator. If you might, by way of detriment, by way of trying to stop people from misbehaving, you can give some people 2 weeks suspension. You cannot stop him. 2 weeks suspension, that will be a bit of a dent. But 6 months is too much to deprive a whole constituency. Apart from that, you stop You stop the allowances, you stop the salary. Who's going to get it? Where is he going to go to? I mean, senior president is not president of the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, who appoints other ministers and who had other aides and other appointees that the constitution has empowered him to do. He's just a senior president who is first among equal. So every other person there is qualified to be a senior president as long as you are elected into the.
You know, it's amazing the way a lot of women are coming out. It's not even just about saying they're coming out to say that they were never sexually. Like, I'm talking about women in politics now. Coming out to say they were never sexualized or abused or harassed. And I know the reason why most of them are coming out is just to, in a way, not support Natasha's claim of harassment, which I don't know why we keep saying women supporting women, but at the same time.
No. See, I need to put this issue in perspective. Before the woman becomes a wife, is actually made advances by a man.
Of course.
And after that, you become a girlfriend or a fiancé and you got married. Right? Now, I am not against a man. I mean, it's within your rights to make advances at or do a woman. But what I'm against is a man making advances at a married woman. That's one. Harassment has not come in at that point. Where harassment comes in is when this woman, both of you work in the same place, and the man has a higher position, and because he asked the woman out, and the woman turned down the advances, and the man began to use his powers or his office to victimize the woman based on that. That is when the harassment comes.
Okay, please let me quickly pick this call. I know I've told you our time very long. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me? Good afternoon. Okay, that's your please continue.
You understand? Yeah. What I'm saying is that that's where the harassment comes in. A man is within his right to wink at a woman who he thinks he likes or he loves. The woman is also within her own right to wink back at the man or not wink at the man. And everybody goes their way. We don't know how many women, men make advances at each day. But where the harassment, where the victimization, the harassment, sexualization comes in, is when you begin to use your power to sit on the privileges of that person. Based on the fact that the lady has turned you down or he has refused your advances. Perhaps, if it was another woman that maybe the senior president do not have power over, and outside, just wink at the woman, that the woman will come and say, you make advances on me. Nobody will listen to you. Yeah. I mean, I think where the thing became an issue is when Natasha said, look, it is because of these advances that I have not accepted. That is why whenever I raise my hand, I put up a bill and nobody wants to take it. That is where the issue comes from. If God your force say, where I'm married and I'm making advances at Blossom, for instance, and Blossom says no, then my power in my own office does not extend to power of Blossom in Galaxy. So where the problem will come from is that I am a friend to the owner of this station. So my friend, and I went to my friend and said, this girl don't give her this position. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Because I asked this girl out and she refuses. That is where harassment comes in. Let us put it in perspective. It's not about a beautiful woman being made advances to. And also, if by what Natasha said, is correct, that her husband was there when she was saying that, is utterly wrong.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hello? Your name is Usman. I don't know. Can I hear you in the studio? Hello? Hello, please, maybe you should call back. Please call back. Thank you. Okay, please go ahead. Okay, all right. We have to take that again. But while we're still at that, let's quickly go for a short break. Let's take this break so we can set the things right. We have a little bit of technical issues and we have viewers to be part of this program. So Emmanuel, please let's take a short break. All right, yes, you're welcome back to watching. Okay, so I have about two messages more. Two messages I actually picked that I want to read. So this one says, good afternoon. Through the common female senators like your first lady that complained that Dino Melai harassed her sexually didn't support her because it's her party. Also, Itagima Biodun Olujiru, the former Ekiti senator too, didn't support her. So the Senate is now a secret court. Like they say, loyalty na cash and carry. Objection na mortuary. Everybody gets agenda with their mercenary enterprise. How will there be peace without justice? So with this bala blue, impunity, lawlessness, and corruption will be the order of the day. It's a shame the worst of us is really the best of us. Truly, there was a country. This is Dyer from the Dyer. Thank you so much. Let me take this call. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Can you hear us? Okay, please. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, my name is Pierre.
Okay, please go ahead. What do you have to say?
Okay, I was saying, what reminds me of I was saying over here. You were looking at the presentations of the comment, but let us go in the fact that I don't see this as politics in Nigeria anymore. We don't believe on judiciary kind of stress, but the fact of this is actually so absolutely wrong. And we are sensible. Yes, I mean, we got a man and marriage and the 5 kids. This is a child effort, and it's really that is not our 11 future condition, and it's going to be inclusive to the degree. And people don't want to let me. You know your mother, your wife, or when your mother, your friend, or whoever is another way to you. So what I'm trying to say is that a father needs to step down and defend himself.
Okay.
Yes, because he step down and defend himself. Okay. Who are talking about as a woman? But when I look at our countries, on the anti-justice of Nigeria, we are having a good thing. These are irregularities. If I be a co-worker, you are working in presidency, you need to be president. And you need to be president and know how to talk to a woman and publicly. Like a fine attorney. When you come to women to buy something, so you sort of it's an embarrassment.
Okay.
So, let's not go to advance as well. About the week is absolutely wrong. Let us step down and know that yes, he's not the only one that can do questions. You know how to make it work. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, let's pick another call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abdul. I'm calling from the Nigeria.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Maybe I'll cut to just like you said, very common the kind of environment. If you want to our country, how we kind of go about the education in our campus, you really try to environment. And you don't want to come up, women have to fight for themselves. They have to speak up. That's why they say women are not much women. You have to do something. Women.
Okay, that call dropped. Okay, let's pick another one. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I can't get anything from this one. Well, let's read another text message. And this one is Moses from Egeda Says the man in blue clothes talks as if Natasha was the first senator to be suspended. She must follow the House rules. Enough of this noise, please. To God is you.
Yes, I mean, the gentleman should, if he's a lady, should go check the antecedent of those that have been suspended. He will know that every suspension that has gone to court has always been reversed. So that should have informed the Senate that they are taking. I mean, I hope the same man also listened to Senator Adeseye Ogunlewe this morning on Arise TV, talking about, I mean, he was a senator in 1999. I mean, he talked about it. Dume is there and the rest. I mean, the Senate do have the right to sanction their members, as it were. Yeah. One of those sanctions do not include suspension. It's just like putting the entire, okay, how do you, it's just like putting the entire senatorial district in a place and they do not participate in Nigeria for 6 months. How do you explain that? If you are from that senatorial district, now we are looking at a representation, okay, as a representation. The fire almost, heaven almost let loose when the Canadian government denied some military big week. When the Canadian government designed some military big week the opportunity to go to Canada, because they represent us. We were saying it is a slap on Nigeria. These are the people. How do you carry entire situation? How would Akpabio expect, if his Akpabio is suspended, for instance, for 6 months? You understand? If Akpabio is suspended for 6 months, how would Akpabio explain to his senatorial district that I have come back home? They don't want you people to be part of Nigeria for 6 months. For peer-to-peer misunderstanding, because it is a peer-to-peer misunderstanding. And the constitution has made it clear that the only person that can ask you not to be a senator is your constituents. When they begin to do a recall, when they activated the recall clause. So it's not about sentiment. Like I said, I have laid bare the sentimental code that if normally I should be here speaking for Akpabio and hoping that Senator Akpabio coming from Akwa Ibom State should be able to send people to me and send prayer to my email. All right? However, I am not saying that. I'm saying that based on fairness and equity. Fairness. Okay. The question I want to ask the young man is that why was she suspended? Based on the point that he didn't speak from her seat. And my question is that what can a senator do in the house that will stop a senator from not coming for the entire 4 years? If not speaking from your seat can get you 6 months suspension, no pay, no allowances, they even recommended that you shouldn't be answering senator.
And that was why she made the statement that
she won't be asking. Do you have that? Do you give her the right to answer senator? It was a constituent that gave her that prefix. That prefix. And I'm asking here, if that was a criminal offense, what happened to those who EFCC have been indicted, have been charged, have been accused of stealing billions of dollars, and they are still answering senator? They are still answering us.
Okay, let's repeat this so that you continue that one. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Oh, I think this is the other caller that called me. Hello, good afternoon. I don't know. We can't hear you. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear us from the studio? Well, anyways, time is even up. I really wanted to pick your call, and I picked.
No other message?
Yeah, no other message for now. Most of them are just gaining and greeting us. Thank you very much. We love you. Thank you for making and greeting us.
But you should read their message. it is also very good.
Let's keep this going. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, I think I have to run up because we still doing younger stuff. But like you said, I love the angle you're coming from because it's really what is truthful. I don't feel 6 months is. I feel 6 months rather is too much.
It's like killing an ant with a sledgehammer.
Thank you so much. That is my point. So
Do you do that?
It's being extra, but
I
I know there's gonna be a lot of updates to this story about saying that Natasha is the one making the
Let our women breathe. Maybe I should start that campaign.
Okay, thank you all my viewers, all the callers. Apologies. We cannot be able to call the read all the messages, but we love you. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Thank you so much to go for us to be accountable.
Come on, man, God, you first.
Oh yes.
Because of all of these things happening in our nation, we cannot be. Is it not a senator that the other senator says you cannot answer senator? So tomorrow, some people will come and tell me you cannot answer chief. But nobody can stop me from answering common man.
Because you are titled already. Anyways, we'll come to the end of the program for today's session. Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow is another time to continue. I'm very sure there's going to be an update to Natasha. And of course, I would still like to hear the views of our guests for tomorrow on this particular issue. I think I will take it for the whole week because we need different perspective to this issue. We don't want the women to be silent. Even though she's wrong or she's right, we just feel that this should not be swept under the rug. Until then, have a beautiful day for yourself. Bye for now.